Good morning. This is Marlene with Dixie Quilters. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming back. Welcome new subscribers. We are getting started on another project I just couldn't resist. I was looking at a local quilt shop and they came up with this beautiful pattern. And it is using a panel of owls. I think these are barn owls. I don't remember their names. But if you can see them, I'll hold up the fabric so you can see it better. And this pattern is by CastillaCotton.com. And it's, here, let me hold that up for you. So these are the panel pieces that go with it. And you fussy cut the owls. And there's 6 panels in blue, and then there are 2 in white. So I think I cut an extra one just in case I didn't like the one I did. Aren't they just gorgeous? And they have a shimmery fabric to them. They have some glitter on them. It's going to be beautiful. And I've got it all cut out. I'm ready to roll. So I thought we'd have a bit of a sew-along. I haven't done a sew-along in a long time. So I'll just go ahead and get started on this. And I downloaded the pattern, and the package came with the fabrics. And it's going to be a lot of 2.5-inch squares, but that's all doable. You know me, if it's doable. You know, I started talking about that other project with the curves, and can't think of the name of it. It's right over there on my other table, but I'm thinking that's too difficult for me to get done in 60 days. So I picked up this pattern because I wanted one for Christmas. I have just completely finished my autumn quilts. One was a panel quilt and one was that little pumpkin quilt, and they're both finished. I did some diagonal quilting lines on them, and they're hanging in my kitchen. So I'm very happy. I'm done with those now. Next thing I need to put on the wall is in December for my Christmas decorations. And I think I'll be doing blues and grays and silvers this year. I do have a whole selection of Christmas things that are that color. I haven't used them in a while. But I just was taken by these fabrics, and so I grabbed them. So let's get started. I have all the pieces cut out. The first thing we're doing is making a bunch of 9 patches, and it's using the different colors. So we need to pick the lighter blue color, two of those. Then we're going to use some of the white, which is, I believe, this one. So it matches the blue one. It has sparkly on it. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you can't. Well, let me move this over here. There, that's a little better. And we're lining them up like it says. This fabric is not as thick as some of our other fabrics. I should look and see where it came from. Let's see, do I have any long pieces of the selvages to read? Screen print. Maybe it says on the pattern. No, it doesn't. Oh, Hoffman CA Fabrics Midnight Perch. Hoffman Midnight Perch. I have no idea if they're available. I've never been to this quilt shop, so this was a new one for me. And it's only 20 miles away, so it was sort of interesting. Now the next one is this darker blue, also with shiny on it. And I guess you put 3 here. So we're looking at a 9 patch with the 2 lighter blue, 3 darker blue, and 4 of the white. Put those back in the pile. This should measure 6.5 by 6.5. Now, does it say how many to make of that? It says make 6. 6 of this particular design. And then we're going to be adding a couple of these pieces, which are the longer rectangles. And that's also out of this white fabric. And then I believe, what are the cornerstones on that? Oh, a lighter blue on this left side. And the darker blue on the right side. And 2 more of those whites. Not those long ones. We need the shorter ones. So that's what we're going to make, 6 of those. And then we'll do 6 of a different design, which would be for block F. So there's 2 basic blocks. Yeah, that's all there is. Well, I think this will go pretty quick. And the pattern even tells you how to quilt it yourself. Where to draw lines, you know. I think I'll back it with a white fabric I have. Yeah, it goes into a lot of detail on how to put the backing on and how to do a binding, but I don't think that's necessary. This is a better color photo. Now, why couldn't we use this pattern and do any of our panels that we've all been collecting this fall? It's a 10 by 10 block. So it's well, you cut it out at 10.5 inch. So it's a finished 10 inch. And so any of your blocks that are 10.5 or could be cut to be 10.5 would work with this pattern. And it only requires not so much fabric, you know, a third, a fourth, you know, 1.5 for the outer borders. You know, so but it's not a very big one. It's only 48 by 72. But for a lap quilt or a wall hanging, that's plenty big. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. Let's put this back there where it was. No, I think it was at the end. Yeah. Yeah, so I did have to go to that website and download. And it must be in another country because there's a tariff you had to pay. Canada. Oh, it's a Canadian. Okay. So the tariff was $3.50. Well, anywho, no comment. I'm going to go ahead and get started on these, and we'll come back to you as soon as we get some of these done. Okay? All right. Okay, so here's our number, block A. Or wait a minute, they call it something else. This is block C. block C. And you see how the one side is the pale blue or the lighter blue and the other side is the darker blue. And so we're going to use that to make a secondary pattern in the, as we make it. So that's block C. Now let me line up block F and we'll see, we only make, two of those. So this is simply using more of the dark colors. We'll just make it real quick, and then when we're all done making all of them, then I'll show you how to put them together, I guess. We'll do that. So this one is block F, and it's all dark blue. I wish I could, these leaves are supposed to be non-directional, but they seem to be a little bit directional. Let's see, so we want to make, yeah, it's all dark blue. So I think I'm going to just try to make them go the same direction. Okay. Here and here and here and here. Making sure that the glitter side is up and not upside down. That's an important factor, right? And here's these long ones. Ta-da! Can you see that okay? So it's all dark colors with the white. And there's only a couple of those, and then the majority of the blocks are going to be making this design. Oh, this is harder to see. Let me hold the one up that's better. So the outer blocks, this one, and this one, and therefore around the pattern, all have that lighter blue in it. Can you distinguish that okay? And then the inner blocks are going to be all the darker blue, all the navy blue. Yes, that's going to go real quick. Okay, well, we'll come back to you as soon as I get this one done and the other 4 done for this, or the 5 done for this particular one with the pale, dark and light blue both. And we'll take the camera over to the other table and lay out the whole thing. Okay, that'll be our next video clip. Okay, be back to you in a minute. Okay, we've got it laid out. This is what it's supposed to look like. Here's its fabric requirements. And I've got it laid out here on the table. We've got the dark owl blocks, 10.5 inch, finished 10. We've got the 2 color blocks, which are going to make our secondary design. And then we've got our white owl blocks, just 2. And in the very center is all dark blue. And then it radiates out to the exterior. And then there'll be a border on it. So that's coming along. That went together very quickly. A lot of chain piecing to put those 9 patches together. I think it's going to be pretty. Especially with this border. I'll show you the border. It's that gorgeous border. Okay, so I'll put it together and then I'll give you a picture of the very final thing. All right, thanks. This is Marlene with Dixie Quilters. So here we are with all the blocks put together. I like that pattern of the diamonds or the squares, don't you? And next thing is the white border and then the dark border, and we're done. So this is, I think I've been on this 2 or 3 hours. So here is the finished quilt. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see the owls okay? They're really, really dynamic. And I love that secondary pattern. Don't you? Gosh, that's really striking. All right, well, thanks for watching. I just wanted to whip this little buddy out, and now it'll be time to sandwich and quilt it. But thanks for watching. Come on back and see us next time. Thank you.